The framework never changes. The framework never changes, but that's the number one reason that agents, are struggling right now is they just don't have a framework. So they're flailing because things are different. The environment of real estate just feels different, and they're having a really, really hard time because they don't really have anything to plug and play into. And once you have that system, once you have that framework, you can literally pivot and do anything, and you just keep using it over and over and over, and it works. So I think that that's going to be the key to unlocking sustainability and success in today's real estate environment.
Do you want to walk through kind of what you see as kind of it doesn't have to be like 1,000 moving parts. Like, what is kind of your simple framework, your proven process that just, I mean, we don't have to go too deep with it, but just kind of certain points that it transitions from. What does that look like for you?
Oh, that's big. That is such a loaded question. Well, because I'm not, retail sales much anymore. So my business is very, operations focused. And so let me kind of go at it, as a realtor, and what I tell people as I'm speaking to them as a realtor, and I'm not sure if I've ever talked about this on one of our other episodes that we've done, but it's as simple as this. Your real estate business is a freaking store. It's a store. And everyone looks at these service-based businesses and they get lost on what they're supposed to do. And it's because there's not a tangible place for them to land. But if they start looking at their real estate business as a store, and think about if they were to have signed a lease for $5,000 a month for a storefront because they wanted to open a damn shoe store or clothing store, no one would have to walk them through what type of framework and what the steps are to building it. First thing they're going to do standing on the curb is look at this empty shell of a store, and they're going to say, I need a sign. I need for people to understand my name. That's, the marketing side. They, need store hours on the door. That's my operations timeline. That's my time blocking. How do I get customers through the door? Also that's going to be the marketing. Once they come through the door, where's my inventory going to come from? That's, the lead generation process. So I think that it starts with understanding that's what you're ultimately building. And then within that store, you're going to have a ton of different processes, and it's all about really perfecting it and understanding what you're actually going to do, and then where you need to plug in those resources that, again, you're going to be able to take a piece of, because every store has multiple departments. There's accounts payable, there's customer service, there's accounts receivable, there's operations, there's the buyers, and there's inventory, and there's all of these pieces. And your real estate business is the same exact freaking concept. And you need to just sit, write it all out, understand, all of the pieces of how the larger operation is going to work, and then break down all of the steps of how do you get someone from walking through the doors of your store to the damn cash register. And once they check out, how are you staying in front of them? What's that process? And then just build that out, and then just run it every single day consistently. And however you've got to pivot in your business, you just kind of plug and play with that same system.
Chauncey, I love that. I like sitting back and kind of thinking through that's it. Right? Like everybody can grasp their head around their favorite restaurant, their favorite store that they go into, and being able to start that, with a blank, like a blank box. And okay, we're going to build this out. But if you had to rebuild your favorite place that you either, shop for clothes, shop for shoes, favorite restaurant, think through that. Right. And, it's all by yourself until you've got so many customers coming through the door that you can't do it all. And then you start to say, okay, well, where do you need to be? That's the most valuable to the process of delivering that steak, or delivering those, selling those shoes, or whatever the case may be. That is such a cool framework to be able to think through, and how, to design and redesign, the agents, their business moving into the new year. And it's like, listen, think about your business. I mean, what's missing? If you don't have traffic coming through, what's missing? Like, what do you not have? What's not going on? So I love that. That is so cool.
Yeah, it's simple. It's not easy, but it's simple. So just start thinking about it like your store. And that's how I thought about my flipping business, and now moving more into, the interior design space and just doing all of these different things. That's how I think. I've got to build out a store for every single thing that I do, and then plug and play all of those missing pieces.